Wrong ones part ways, right ones find their way. Today's shared article is about a good relationship, which often begins with attraction, commonly starting with physical appearance and being captivated by talent, but ultimately staying true to character. Every man carries within him at least two women. It wasn't until I turned 30 that I came across this passage. My husband and I are both emotionally reserved individuals. We never discuss life or emotions openly, but we understand that our values align. We've been together for 14 years, from university until now. During those 14 years, I spent 2 years working in the Florida, United States, 2 years traveling the world, and 3 years alone in Shanghai working on a project. We endured 7 years of long-distance relationship and faced numerous tests. When I was in the United States, we were not yet married. To save money, he visited me twice in 2 years, and I visited him once when I returned to China. We communicated daily through the internet. During one of my visits, I unexpectedly found 2 sets of women's underwear folded neatly in his wardrobe corner. They were not new. When I asked him about it, he awkwardly claimed to have found them outside. It was such a clumsy lie that I burst into laughter and told him to leave, saying I would rather he slept with other women than be a thief. He chuckled awkwardly, scratched his head, stared at the floor, and then we threw away the underwear together. When faced with dilemmas in relationships, I always listen to my inner voice. I never dwell on pain or allow myself to acknowledge it. Instead, I divert my thoughts away from the scene. I never want to know any details or imagine the woman wearing that underwear in that scenario. Pain is like the apple Adam gave to Eve. I know its sweet fragrance and delicious taste, but I also know it's poisonous. Whether it will kill me, I do not know, but I know that it will make me spit foam and mess up my life. As a rational person, I must endure it, but as a natural person, I cannot help but let it crush me. In fact, much of the pain we experience is amplified by our own minds. People don't always plan to hurt others. When they act, they betray their partners only when they need someone to solve their physical needs. What else can be done in such situations? Our relationship over the years has borne the instinct to endure hardships. In various scenes that followed, we never mentioned that incident, as if it had never happened. This was our first test, and we stayed together. Later, during a business trip, we were involved in a minor accident on the highway. Although our collision was minor, the traffic quickly jammed, and we were stuck. At that time, I was 2 months pregnant for the first time. I felt blood flowing continuously from my body, like an open faucet, staining my legs and face with blood. I was terrified and almost numb, watching the chaotic and busy scene outside the window, filled with frightened people, not knowing when an ambulance would come to take me to the hospital. When I regained consciousness in the hospital, he and my boss were by my side. He said, "We lost the baby. You have scars on your face. But whether there's a child or a scar, we're still together." Thanks for listening so far. This channel is for everyone to improve better daily. If any of the words or sentences are helpful, then both my team and I will be very happy. Subscribing and following will help keep us moving forward. Let's get back to sharing. This unfortunate incident truly made us each other's family. His father passed away when our daughter was 3. His mother remarried. I used to think nothing of it. It was normal for elderly people to find companionship. However, after attending his mother's wedding, he returned home without saying a word. I approached him and asked what was wrong, and his eyes reddened as he said he was happy for his mother, but he no longer had his original family. I suddenly felt a deep sorrow for him, picked up our neighbor's daughter, placed her on his lap, and hugged them both. This was the original family of the 3 of us. Since then, I have felt particularly at ease, knowing that I have a simple and happy family. I am confident that no matter what he does, I can accompany and forgive him. We have been through both ordinary and extraordinary experiences together, experiencing various changes and scenes but still staying together. Sometimes when I look back, I feel that experiencing all this in life is a beautiful thing. Infidelity should not be a reason to break up a family, but love can mend what could have been broken. In the time that followed, encountering similar situations, I would still think of the owners of those two sets of underwear, but I would not question or make a scene. I once imagined a scene in my mind where we were enjoying a romantic moment together, only for one of us to ruin it by bringing up stories of infidelity. Such an outcome is not what I desire. Every couple has their own love points, pain points, and breaking points. As long as they want to stay together, they shouldn't mess around. One person should be responsible for resolving issues, and the other for forgetting. Even the most loving couples have at least 200 thoughts of divorce and 50 thoughts of whack each other throughout their lives. Everyone can put themselves in countless scenarios and feel it. We often struggle with who we should live with and whether the person next to us is good enough. In reality, the best person is often someone who can accompany us through the worst times. Many relationships may begin with physical attraction, but not all of them can remain loyal to love. That's all for today's sharing. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share with your friends.